Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we've got an incredible treat for you. It is yet another new rule variant in less than a week. The community is just, community of setters are just excelling right now with yet another rule set that I'm really looking forward to playing. Now, as you can see from the thumbnail, this is all about equality in cages, and I'll explain what that is once we get to the grid. But I want to just emphasize the fact that it says 101. So this is an introductory puzzle from the constructor. When I took a look at it, it really didn't look like an introductory. It feels, because I guess it's a new rule set, it's not necessarily as intuitive. So it'll probably take all of us a little bit of time to actually just solve it. But what I wanted to point out on the 101 is, I've already seen like 4 or 5 puzzles with this rule set. Many of them from the same constructor. So if you actually end up enjoying this puzzle, just hit that like button or leave a comment so I know that I need to be returning to this and making a new series from this, hopefully, incredible new variant. Well, let's not keep you in suspense. Oh, just quick comment on the thumbnail. I ignored the word cages when I thought about the picture. I really went and emphasized the word equality. So this is like the classic photo almost that you'd see in any public location like a hospital or something along those lines, where they're trying to demonstrate how they are diverse. They've got staff from all over, men, women, old, young, black, white. Have I got any other races? Maybe Chinese, I can see there. But yeah, classic diversity photo. Well, let's move on, because we're here to talk about Sudoku. So don't be intimidated by the just sheer length of the rules. I had to actually kind of decrease the font size to actually fit it in all in on the screen. But like I said, just don't be intimidated by it. I'll explain the equality cages. The rest of it, most of the viewers of this video would have seen before. So, Equality Cages 101, Introduction to Equality Cages by, I'm going to pronounce this as gUBBLOR. And if I got this wrong, hopefully the constructor will point it out. All right, rule sets. So first rule, fairly obvious, normal Sudoku rules apply. So that means place the digits 1 through to 9 in each empty cell. That means we need to do it in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. That's a 3x3 box, not what I drew earlier. I'm actually going to come to the new variant last. I'm going to just touch on the other two that are likely more familiar. Kropki dots, a black dot between cells indicates values with a 2-to-1 ratio. So for example, if this is a 2 and there's a black dot joining it to this cell, this has to be in a 1-to-2 ratio to the 2. So that could be a 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Or it could be a 2 times 2 is 4. So that would be a valid pencil marking for a black Kropki dot. If we go for a white Kropki dot, let's go for this one here. If that was a 2, that's a white Kropki dot. It's got to be consecutive in value. A white dot between cells indicates cells with a consecutive values. So that could be a 1, as in 1 plus 1 is 2, or it could be 2 plus 1, 3. That's another valid pencil marking of this. Now, negative constraints don't apply, so not all dots are shown. Next, we have XVs. So adjacent cells connected with an X must sum to 10. So if we take this 2, for example, and this happened to be a 3, and there's an X joining these two, this would have to be a 7 to make sure that this domino set adds up to 10. Next one we have adjacent cells connected with a V must sum up to 5. So let's take this one, for example. So if this value was a 1, this would have to be a 4 to make sure that these two cells can actually add up to 5. Again, no negative constraints, not all X's or V's are shown. So, the new rule set, equality cages. Cages must have an equal number of low, as in 1, 2, 3, or 4, and high, 6, 7, 8, and 9 digits, and an equal number of even, 2, 4, 6, 8, and odd, 1, 3, 7, 9 digits. Equality cages can never contain 5. So I want to pick one that's not so obvious. Let's put an example in here. If that was 4, then Is that enough with 1? No, let's go with here. And let me pick a digit that's not been placed. If that's 2, that's an even digit and a low digit. To make sure that this 2-cell cage has an equal number of high and low digits, an equal number of odd and even digits, this number would have to be high and odd. So it'll be from 7 and 9. So there is 1 even, 1 low digit, 1 high, 1 odd digit. We take a 4-cell cage, and for example, this was a 1 and a 3, I'm going to make this. Then these 2 cells must be 6, 8, because we've got 2 odd digits, we need 2 even digits. We've got 2 low digits, we need 2 high digits. So that's the rule set. I have no idea how we're going to be able to use it to solve this grid, but I can already see at least the first digit. I'll be able to claim at least that I've got a digit in under a minute. Well, that's all the rule sets. If you're not put off by any of this, if you're up for the adventure of trying to understand yet another new rule, link will be in the description down below as usual for you to play along. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So, the cages can never contain a 5. Take a look at row 3. Where would I put a 5? It's not in this cage. It's not in that cage. Not that cage either. 5. There we go. A digit within 10 seconds. Who can complain about that? Now, I also deliberately skipped. I'm going to do something just for my benefit here, which is highlight cells that I know are going to be low in blue and highlight cells that I know are going to be high, as in 6, 7, 8, 9, from red. And this is just, you can immediately see how you can start to color a lot of the grid very quickly. That's it for now. Right, let's do some fairly obvious equal cages. This is a 4, meaning this has to be a high digit. This is even, this has to be high. 7's taken. There's only 1 high odd digit left. That's the 9. Can say the same is true here for the 7. I've already got an odd digit and a high digit. I need an even low digit, and it can't be a 4. That's 2. This is now a 1-4 pair. This is a 2-3 pair because we already placed a 4 in box 1, and these need to add up to 5. 1 is over here, which you can see if I actually 1-4, I can place the 1. Looking down the column, that means this is 2 or 3. 2 can't be connected to a high digit, so that's the 3, that's the 2, that's the 6. This would have to be a high odd digit. Yeah, 2 evens, 2 odds. Yeah. This is from 7 or 8 to add up to 10. Well, that's helpful. That's not 6. So that's another 7, 8. That's a 6. All right, maybe it is an introductory puzzle. It feels like we're flying through this now. So we need, because we've got odds and evens, we need an odd and even. So I know there's definitely an 8 in here. Actually, I'll do another freebie. There's definitely a 5 in there. So we know there's definitely an 8 in here, joint with either the 7 or the 9. So this is 8, and I guess 7, 9. Clearly that, sorry, not 6. I don't know why I put 6. Let's try that again. 8. And clearly this cannot be a 7. It's already been placed in box 3. Okay, I'm not sure I can take this further up here just yet. Box 7. Yeah, there you go. So that's 3, 6, meaning this is from the digits 1, 2, 4, and 8. However, I've placed the digit 2. So this is 4, 8. And 4, 8 are looking up here. 7, 8, 3, 2. Lovely. Yeah, too many options here. It could be 5, 7, and 9. I don't know if I want to pencil mark all of that. I mean, I know, for example, that this is not 3, 6 because we've got a 3, 6 staring at it. I'm not sure necessarily this is where I want to go. It feels like there's too many options. Right. Box 4. So let's have a think about the equality cage in box 4. And the reason I'm picking that is it's under a lot of pressure. Once I color this one, hopefully you'll see it. So the maximum number of low digits I can place in here is a 4. There's only 1 left. Now, if I don't place the 4 in here, I'd need to place 2 low digits here. And because, again, there's 2 and 4, this will be 1, 3. And then they're both odd, which would mean I need 2 even high digits, and the 6 is not available. So I could put the 7 and 8, but 7 is, here is an incredible revelation. Odd, not even. So if I don't place a 4 in here, which is the last remaining low digit, I'd have to have 2 of them here. They're both odd. I need to put 6 and 8 in here, and I've got 6 in the column and it breaks. Which means I definitely have a 4 in here. And then I definitely have a 1 or 3 in there, kind of leaning towards the 3 because we know we've got 3s definitely in there, but there's a 1 or 3 in here. So 1 low, 1 low. We need now 2 highs. So joining the 4 will be a 7 or 8, and then joining the 1 or 3, actually we know what this is, so that's 1, 3, 7, 9, because again, the 2 even highs are gone. So this is an odd high with an odd digit. This has to be 2 even digits, which is 4 and 8. Now clearly the 7 and 9 cannot be on a black Kropki dot, and then therefore the 1 and 3 are not here. Therefore this is 2 or 6. Quite helpful actually, because they only have 1 black Kropki dot pair with them. The 4, 8 leaves us with 5, 7 in here. Can I really even pencil mark the rest? It feels ambitious. Yeah, just because, I've got another 1, 3, I've got another 7, 9, and then I've got a 5. I mean, it'd just be a mess if I try and pencil mark all of this. So maybe that's as far as I'm going to take it for now, and have a think about this direction I kind of rejected earlier. So I said this is not 3, 6 pair. So what is this then? It's just messy. I'm not keen about what I'm doing here. Well, we know it's not 1 because I can't have a 2 in here. I mean, I can have essentially basically anything at this point from this set. Sleuth. Sometimes. Right. Where are the 5s in this bottom 3 boxes? And it's a more obvious answer than you might expect. So take a look at box 9 to start. 5s can't be in cages. Can't be on X's, because if I put a 5 in here, I'm repeating the 5 in the box. No 5s in any of these. 5 is in the bottom row. Let's have a look at box 8 now. It's not in any of these, because of these 5s. Not in the ones we've just pencil marked. Not on a black Kropki dot, not on a black Kropki dot, or an X. That's another 5. Which gives us a lovely gift here with a 7. Take a look at the pencil marks of the 5s. That's the last 5. That's 5, that's 4, that's 8. That's 5 here. Shame because it doesn't reveal the 7 or 9, but it doesn't matter. It really ties up this mess that I was creating in here. So this is either a 2-1 or a 4-8 pair. And here is something even better. 2 and 4 are staring at this black Kropki pair. And I can't possibly put 1 and 8 in here and then somehow join it with something that is not 2 or 4. So this is 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Across there from a 10, that would be 7 or 4. Clearly, only one of them can be on a black Kropki dot. That helps us unwind all of this. That's a 4, 6, 3, 6. Take a look at this X now. We've got, essentially, if you think about the low digits for a second, we've got 4, 2, and 3, because an X or a 10 must be made up of a low digit and a high digit. We placed 3 of them. So the last one can only be 1, 9, making this an 8, making this a 4, and making this a 7. That feels much better now. Am I going to keep coloring? Maybe. I feel like I miss things if I don't have the colors shouting at me saying, Sleuth, pay attention to this. Right. That's an odd digit. That's an even digit. We need odd and even, obviously, on a white Kropki pair. This can't be anything else. Although, look at this. Sudoku, 3, 4, 8, 3, 4, 8, all in the bottom 2 rows. We have 3, 4, 8 up here. 3, not 2. On a white Kropki pair, clearly, can't be an 8 in there. This is the 8. This is a 3, 4 pair. That's 2 low digits. These have got to be 2 high digits now. That's the 1. This is now 5, 7, 2. 2, 5, 7. This is 1 and 9. This is 5 and 2. And to finish things off, this is 1 and 9. High digit must be low and odd. Look, I've got a 1 in the column. That tells me the answer. I know anything about these. I know this is not a 2. I know this is not a 7. I don't seem to know anything else at this point. I do know that this is a 9. And if you remember, I said that needs an even high digit, and it's an 8. That gives us 5, 7. Here is something. So, I mean, I've known for quite a while that the 5 is up here. But the reason this is now interesting, actually, let me do a bit more Sudoku and then you can spot it. That's a 4 based on these. Now, if I put a 5 in here, either this is 4 or 6. It can't be. It's not available. So this has to be a 5. Can't be joined with a 4 or a 4. That's 5, 6. Leaving me with 3 8s. 3, 8 looks down here. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 4. That's as far as it goes, it seems. Okay. 3 or 8. 8 would be joined with 7 or 9. Unfortunately, the 9 is available. The 3 would be joined with 4 or 2. Unfortunately, the 2 is available. Oh well, can't win them all. Oh, the 3, 8. Come on. Sleuth. 3, 8, 2, 9. Yep. And then let's just see if we can finish this off. Now we need 1, 6, 3. Forget that, because, you know, I just spotted we have a 3, 6 pair in here. That's the 1. 7, staring at the 5, 7. Sometimes the pencil marks that I put down almost seem to be like defeating me. If I don't really think about resolving them right there and then, I just ignore it thinking they're unresolved when I just pencil mark them. And they are resolved, I'm just not paying attention. So what do we have in here? We need 5, which has to be outside the cage, and a 7. Lovely. 4 could be 2 or 8. We've got an 8 in the column. 2, 2, 5, 7 pair. That's the 2. The 5, 7s, 5, 6s are not resolved. We'll come back to that. Incredibly, still... Well, I mean, if it is resolved, it's not obviously resolved. Right, so this cage, let's have a think about it for a second. So you've got one high digit. Then, because we have a 10 in the cage, that's got to have another high digit and another low digit. Which means that's the second low digit. It's not a 4. Could be 1, 2, or 3, it seems. I mean, quite, you know, very strong possibility it is a 2. But let's not just jump to conclusions just yet. Have a look at column 4. Now, if this was the low digit, I've only left myself a 3, and then its partner on this 10 would have to be the 7, which is not available. So that's the high digit, that's the low digit. The high digit that's here is not 7, it's 6, 8, or 9. Okay, let's just put all of these for now. Well, it's not a 6 because we've got a 4 down here. It would require a 4 partner on the 10, so it's not a 6. This is 1 or 2. We now know that there's definitely a 2 in this. I mean, I should have used that to begin with. So there's a 2 in there, joined with an odd digit. So there's an even and an odd and an even. 8, 2, not 2, that's 1 or 3. And this is to complete the column. I mean, it's 1, 3, 6, but we've got a 3 in the row, that's 1, 6. We've got any obvious digits to place. We've got another 3, 6, and a 9. I'm just going to call it a 9 for now. This 2 does actually help me here. Finally, this is 6, this is 3. I say finally, I mean, still not resolved. And this 8 actually gives me the 4 and the 8. That's even better. This is still 7, 9. This is still 1, 7, or 9. Not where I'm going to resolve it. I still need another 1, 7, 9 and a 2, which can only go in here because of this 2. So that's another 1, 7, 9. Oh, come on, Sleuth. This 7 is staring at it. That's a 9. That's a 9. That's a 9. That's a 1. That's a 7. That's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 6 because of this 1 that we just placed. 3, 1, 6. We need 1, 3, or 6. It's a 3. What do we have in here? 8. Right, let's just think about the books. All of it. 1's first, maybe. That's a 1. We already placed 2, 3. We need a 4 in here. I'll ignore the 5, 6s for a second. I mean, they're in here. But 7 and 9. 9 gives me this, 7 gives me that, and that's probably the puzzle solved. Unless I've made a mistake somewhere. There we go. Lovely. So I mean, it's a very, like I said, it's an intuitive rule set when you have a think about it, and it's amazing how you can use it to solve this type of grid. And if you're just constantly on the lookout for, lows, highs, odds, evens, you can make some real progress. Just ignore the fact that it's quite early for me. It's like 5:20 a.m. and therefore I'm not playing at my best when it comes to just some very obvious Sudoku matches. But aside from that, felt like a very highly approachable puzzle. So really looking forward to reading your comments. And gUBBLOR, I'm not sure if you are indeed the inventor of this new rule set. It's phenomenal. I really enjoyed it myself, and I'll see what the comments are like. If they are favorable, I'll feature the next set. But regardless, I will definitely be planning to play the remainder of this series, so 1 or 2, 3, 4, etc. Hope you enjoyed today's video and today's puzzle, and I'll see you back for the next one. Bye for now.